Our speaker today is Lydia Samuel. I believe most of you know her. I think everybody knows Lydia on the spiritual community.
Infamous.
Lydia Samuel was born in Africa in the Belgian Congo, where her parents escaped from Nazi Germany. She was raised Jewish at home and attended Catholic missionary school. As a child, she also observed the Congolese people with their native traditions and beliefs. She feels that this early upbringing and experience gave her a very interesting interesting outlook on life to this day. And I would agree, you do have an interesting outlook. Her father was a master watchmaker and jeweler. Her mother was a nurse. She has two sisters that were born there also. At the age of 8.5, she came to America with her family. They lived in Brooklyn for 2 years, where she laughingly says she learned to speak English. The family moved to Rochester in 1949, and she has lived here ever since. She graduated from Monroe High School, attended RIT in the Arts and Design Department. She has 3 daughters from her first marriage, 1 now in spirit. She's the proud grandmother of 6 grandchildren, 1 now in spirit as well, and 4 great-grandchildren. In between all this, she became a motivational speaker. She spoke at colleges and universities throughout New York State. She has appeared on television, radio, and been the subject of many magazine and newspaper articles. Some of those videos or movies we'll see, right? We're still putting all that together. Her 2 greatest teachers were Reverend Harry Bender of Plymouth Spiritualist Church and Reverend Marion Lee Newby of the Church of Divine Inspiration. Lydia was an assistant minister for 3 years at Divine Inspiration Church. She was also one of the founders of One Universe Resource Service, a group that served Rochester and the surrounding area for 17 years. They held workshops and meetings, giving people an opportunity to learn things of interest in our area and showcase the many talented people in Rochester and surrounding area. She had a television program on cable TV called Window to the Universe. She produced, directed, and hosted over 75 shows. Is that the one we have then? No. No?
She has them.
You have them?
Is it on YouTube?
Lydia has counseled thousands of people over the past 50 years. She taught classes in metaphysics, spirituality, and healing. She has a love for all people and touches them with her humor, insights, wisdom, and warmth. If we could have a round of applause for Lydia.
I'm wearing a special outfit today.
Oh, I thought I was doing that.
Yeah.
It's
I have a lot
contagious.
that stick up there. Anyways,
You sit down.
this is my pearl outfit.
That
Now,
looks
I
like
mentioned to you that oysters, when a little particle of sand or something enters into the shell, its interior, they start making something to protect themselves from this irritant, and it gets bigger and bigger. So, man has found a way of creating this. Those are called cultured pearls, okay, or freshwater pearls. But the real ones are worth a lot, and sometimes you can find more than 1 pearl in an oyster shell, the real ones, okay? So these are all the irritants that I have had in 85.5 years that I have turned into pearls.
all right.
This, my dear, is a 6-foot strand. Okay. So,
All right.
my talk today is going to be a lot about Dr. Deepak Chopra. A few weeks ago, when it was cold and nasty, I had the TV on, and there's a program called To Dine For, D-I-N-E. And the young woman who is the host is named Kate Sullivan, and there were 10 shows that day, and one of them was Deepak Chopra. And she meets these famous people at their favorite restaurant. So I had to make sure that I caught that one, and it was so good. I had to watch it over again. He loves a restaurant called ABC Kitchen. It's in New York City, and everything is natural. It doesn't have any, chemicals, pesticides, everything. And so the first thing he did was they ordered a corn soup. And he said, before you start eating, he said, look at it. Let your eyes feast on it. See the color of it. Then take some. And start getting excited about tasting it. And put it in your mouth and feel the texture. And it was just such a beautiful way of eating. I mean, most of us just, try to get it over, get the kids through it, whatever. And then he talked about insecurity. And he says, embrace the insecurity, embrace it. Because every opportunity is an opportunity for your potential to do something with. This gentleman has written 90 books in 48 different languages. They have been printed. Okay. And he talked about when he was 6 years old. He lived with his grandparents, and his father was becoming a cardiac surgeon, and he passed the exam and everything. He became a doctor. And his grandfather was so thrilled that his son, had become a doctor like he was and all of that. And they went and they celebrated, and they went to a carnival, and they had a wonderful meal, and they went to see a movie, and in the middle of the night, he died. And they cremated him. And at 6 years old, he sees the vessel with a bunch of ashes that was his grandfather. And it made him start thinking, what is life? What is our bodies? What is this whole existence? And so I believe that this was a turning point, in his life. So, 6, that's pretty profound. But when he was talking to Kate Sullivan, this is one of the last books that he wrote, Meta Human. And I said, I gotta get that book. And I got it. And you can see how small the writing is. He tried to get as much in there as he could. I don't know if it's got like 411 pages. And I started to look at it and I said, this is too highbrow for me. And I let it sit there for a while. And I said, you bought the book. So I started reading it. And it was amazing. I outlined and made little notes. So I'm not going to base my talk on this because I've only gotten about a little over a third of the book. But there is a list of things that a meta-human is and possesses. So I have to take my glasses off. A meta-human is compassion, resilience, a propensity to surrender. Now that doesn't sound so great, but it's just a person who doesn't want to fight. It's not worth fighting. An interest in the truth, a lack of defensiveness, capacity to tolerate cognitive dissonance, having inconsistent thoughts, beliefs, and attitudes, a tolerance for emotional discomfort, gratitude, low anxiety level, authenticity, and humility. He talks constantly about the mind, and only once or so does he mention the brain. So that really got me thinking. The brain is an organ in the body. Well, what does the brain do? Well, I think it's sort of the thing that controls all the other things. But what is the mind? This is what he talks about, the mind. And the mind is not an organ. It's an intangible. It's just, you know, you say, I don't mind. Or do you mind if I cut in front of you? You don't say, I don't brain. Can I brain in front of you? No. So I thought about it, and I thought about it, and I thought about it, and I said, the brain created the mind so it could think deeper thoughts. Now, I don't know if he's going to say that at the end or not, but that's my take on it. So he even talked about that we are not our DNA. You know, just because your grandfather, your great-grandfather, your grandmother, this or that or whatever. He says, no, you're not your DNA. You can change your DNA. And if you have the fat gene, you don't have to have the fat gene. You just tell your mind that you're going to change your DNA. And so when people decided to do that, they took samples of people who had the skinny gene and what there was in their blood more of that made their burning calories or whatever better. So I said, okay, before I go to sleep, I'm going to change my DNA. And I'm going to incorporate the skinny gene. Got on the scale the next morning, I had lost 3 pounds. I told my sister in Israel about it, and she, I don't know, they go by kilograms and all this stuff, but she had lost some too. Okay, so we don't have to be slaves to whatever someone said we are. We are whatever we want to be. So 2 of the books that Deepak wrote that were very successful was The 7 Spiritual Laws of Success and Quantum Healing. And I remember that I had an audio of the book and that I would listen to it quite often. And it was a beautiful set of laws. I just want to check and see if I left anything out. He says, ask yourself these 4 questions. 1, who am I? 2, what do I want? 3, what is my purpose? And 4, what am I grateful for? Start with a meditation. He says 25 minutes once a day, but in the little book here, he says twice a day for half an hour. Okay, I think that's going to be a little hard for some people. I have a 15-pound killer cat who every time I get in my rocking chair, my meditation chair, no sooner do I get into it than this piece of lard cat jumps in my lap. And he starts purring. He starts purring like a Mercedes. And he won't get off because he loves the energy and the feeling. So I'm going to have to lock him up or drug him or something so I can go sit in my special place and do my meditating. One important concept, he says, is know yourself. And that which brings you the most joy is logical thinking. So I am going to read to you, I'm gonna put this over here, the 7 laws of success, because it's a lot to remember. So each one, there's a little thing of what it is, and then there's the 3 steps to achieve it. But in the book, there's a whole chapter for it. So number 1 is the law of pure potentiality. The source of all creation is pure consciousness, pure potentiality seeking expression from the unmanifest to the manifest. And when we realize that our true self is one of potentiality, we align with the power that manifests everything in the universe. Applying the law of pure potentiality. I will put the law of pure potentiality into effect by making a commitment to take the following steps. 1, I will get in touch with the field of pure potentiality by taking time each day to be silent, to be just be. I will also sit alone in silent meditation at least twice a day for approximately 30 minutes in the morning and 30 minutes at night. 2, I will take time each day to commune and to silently witness the intelligence within every living thing. I will sit silently and watch a sunset or listen to the sound of the ocean or a stream, or simply smell the scent of a flower in the ecstasy of my own silence, and by communing with nature. I will enjoy the life throb of ages, the field of pure potentiality and unbound creativity. 3, I will practice non-judgment. I will begin my day with the statement, today I shall judge nothing that occurs, and throughout the day I will remind myself not to judge. Okay. Number 2, the law of giving. When I read this, I realized that I am in this law every waking hour of my day, and that it brings me such bliss and such happiness and joy. So, the law of giving. The universe operates through dynamic exchange. Giving and receiving are different aspects of the flow of energy in the universe, and in our willingness to give that which we seek, we keep the abundance of the universe circulating in our lives. Applying the law of giving. I will put the law of giving into effect by making a commitment to take the following steps. 1, wherever I go, whoever I encounter, I will bring them a gift. The gift may be a compliment, a flower, a prayer. Today, I will give something to everyone I come in contact with. And so I will begin the process of circulating joy, warmth, and affluence in my life and in the lives of others. Today, I will gratefully receive all the gifts that life has to offer me. I will receive the gifts of nature, sunlight, the sound of birds singing, or spring showers, or the first snow of the winter. I will also open to receiving from others, whether it be in the form of a material gift, money, compliment, or prayer. 3, I will make a commitment to keep wealth circulating in my life by giving and receiving life's most precious gifts, the gifts of caring, affection, appreciation, and love. Each time I meet someone, I will silently wish them happiness, joy, and laughter. And Reverend Newby said, if somebody wants to give you something and you refuse to take it, you are keeping them from receiving. Okay? And so yesterday, I got a chance to get my hair trimmed. And she said, just leave me a tip. I said, no, this is your work. So there was what she earned and her tip. And I said, you're keeping me from my abundance. You want to do that? She goes, oh God, no. So it works. All right, 3, the law of karma, or cause and effect. Every action generates a force of energy that returns to us in like kind. What we sow is what we reap. And when we choose actions that bring happiness and success to others, the fruit of our karma is happiness and success. Some people just think karma is bad, but karma can be very special and beautiful. Okay, so applying the law of karma, cause and effect. I will put the law of karma into effect by making a commitment to take these following steps. 1, today I will witness the choices I make in each moment, and in the mere witnessing of these choices, I will bring them to my conscious awareness. I will know that the best way to prepare for any moment in the future is to be fully conscious in the present. 2, whenever I make a choice, I will ask myself 2 questions. What are the consequences of this choice that I'm making? And will this choice bring fulfillment, happiness to me and also to those who are affected by the choice? 3, I will then ask my heart for guidance and be guided by its message of comfort or discomfort. It is the choice. If the choice feels comfortable, I will plunge ahead with abandonment. If the choice feels uncomfortable, I will pause and see the consequences of my actions with an inner vision. The guidance will enable me to make spontaneous, correct choices for myself and for those around me. Okay, we're getting through them. We're on number 4. This one's good for lazy people. Okay, hold on a second. The reason I say that is because this law is called the law of least effort. Okay. Nature's intelligence functions with effortless ease and carefreeness, harmony and love. And when we harness the forces of harmony, joy, love, we create success and good fortune with effortless ease. I will put the laws of least effort into effect by making these commitments to the following steps. I will practice acceptance today. I will accept people, situations, circumstances, and events that occur. I will know that this is as it is and as it should be, because the whole universe is as it should be. I will not struggle against the whole universe by struggling against this moment. My acceptance is total and complete. I accept things as they are and at this moment, not as I wish them to be. Having accepted things as they are, I will take responsibility for my situation and for all those events I see as problems. I know that taking responsibility means not blaming anyone about anything for my situation. This includes myself. I also know that every problem is an opportunity in disguise, and that alertness to opportunities allow me to make this judgment, this moment, and transform it into a greater benefit. Number 3, today my awareness will remain established in defenselessness. I will relinquish the need to defend my point of view. I will feel no need to convince or persuade others to accept my point of view. I will remain open to all points of view and not be rigidly attached to any of them. Okay. Number 5, the law of intention and desire. Inherent in every intention and desire is the mechanics for its fulfillment. Intention and desire is the field of pure potentiality. So we go back to the very first one, infinite organizing power. And when we introduce an intention in a fertile ground, pure potentiality, we put this infinite organizing power to work for us. So I will put these intentions and desires into effect by making a commitment to them by the following steps. I will make a list of all my desires. Reverend Newby used to say, a desire is a wish from the heart. And in one of the other things I mentioned, he says to ask your heart if it feels right or not. Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
Because he says, if you ask your mind, it's going to just try to be logical. But if you ask your heart has no agenda. It's pure love. And you'll come up with a good answer. So number 1, I will make a list of all my desires. I will carry this list with me wherever I go. I will look at this list, before I go into my silence and meditation. I will look at it before I go to sleep at night, and I will look at it when I wake up in the morning. 2, I will release this list of my desires and surrender it to the womb of creation, trusting that when things don't seem to go my way, there is a reason, and that the cosmic plan has designs for me much grander than even those I have conceived. 3, I will remind myself to practice present moment awareness in all my actions. I will refuse to allow obstacles to consume and dissipate the qualities of my attention in the present moment. I will accept the present as it is and manifest the future through the deepest, most cherished intentions and desires. Okay, 6, the law of detachment. In detachment lies the wisdom of uncertainty. In the wisdom of uncertainty lies the freedom from past, from the known, which is the prison of past conditioning. And in our willingness to step into the unknown, the field of all possibilities, we surrender ourselves to the creative mind who orchestrates the dance of the universe. And a lot of people, are feeling very uncertain. There's a lot of things going on in the world. And sometimes we feel helpless, we feel anger, we feel frustration, all kinds of things. And if we just say, this is the way it is, and I will make the best of it, and I will come up with solutions and answers. And there was a woman who was just a very bad worrywart. It was at the Shiva after my nephew's funeral the next day. And she was just a mess. And I said, listen, let me ask you something. I said, do you have enough till the end of the month? This was May 6th. She says, yeah. I said, well, good. I give you not to have worry until the month is over. She says, oh, okay. I said, let me ask you something. Do you have enough till the next month ends? She says, yeah. Wonderful. Give you permission not to worry for 2 months. I gotta get a little thing because I feel that tickle. Okay. So I said to her, let's see. I said, do you have enough for another month? She goes, yeah. Grand, I said. You don't have to worry for 3 months. And when the 3 months are over, start over again. She was just smiling, okay? So do this for yourself, okay? So the first step to the law of detachment. Today, I will commit myself to detachment. I will allow myself and those around me the freedom to be as they are. I will not rigidly impose my ideas on how things should be. I will not force solutions or problems, thereby creating new problems. I will participate in everything with detachment and uninvolvement. 2, I will factor in uncertainty as an essential ingredient in my experience. In my willingness to accept uncertainty, solutions will spontaneously emerge out of the problems, out of the confusion, disorder, and chaos. The more uncertain things seem to be, the more secure I will feel, because uncertainty is my path to freedom. Through the wisdom of uncertainty, I will find my security. 3, I will step into the field of all possibilities and anticipate the excitement that can occur when I can remain open to an infinity of choices. When I step into the field of possibilities, I will experience all the fun, adventure, magic, and mystery of life. This is the last one, folks. The law of Dharma. Our purpose in life. Everyone has a purpose in life, a unique gift, a special talent to give others. And when we blend this unique talent with service to others, we experience the true ecstasy and exaltation of our own spirit, which is the ultimate goal of all goals. So the 3 steps are: today, I am willing to lovingly nurture the God or goddess in embryo that lies deep within my soul. I will pay attention to the spirit within me that emanates my body and my mind. I will awaken myself to the deep stillness within my heart. I will carry the consciousness of timeless, eternal being in the midst of time-bound experience. I will make a list of my unique talents. Then I will list all the things that I love to do while expressing my unique talents. When I express my unique talents and use them in the service of humanity, I lose track of all time and create abundance in my life as well as the lives of others. 3, I will ask myself daily, how can I serve and how can I help? The answer to those questions will allow me to help and serve my fellow human beings with love. So that's the 7 spiritual laws of success. I thank you. And keep searching, keep living, keep loving, keep smiling, and never give up.